Hello and a warm welcome to HW News, your one-stop show, truth be told, for some engaging and provoking conversations. Now, the 8,000 crore electoral bond case has suddenly become alive again, thanks to the Metropolitan Court in Bangalore, which ordered registering an FIR against Finance Minister Nirmala Sitaraman. Though the next day there was a quashing petition, and now the case has been posted further. But the thing is that will we ever come to know the reality of electoral bond case? Because the day the FIR was registered against Finance Minister, Congress held a press conference. Eminent Congress leader Abhishek Manu Singhvi and Jairam Ramesh held a press conference that day saying that this whole electoral bond case has unmasked the true nature of the ruling party. Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi had said. But apart from the electoral bond issue, we also need to talk about the manner in which the PMLA cases have been handled by the ruling government, by the enforcement agencies. And at the center of all this is Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who is a jurist, a veteran Congress leader, and Rajya Sabha MP, and he joins us this evening. Thank you so much, Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, for joining on News. It was wonderful to have you on the program. And I'd like you to take you back to the press conference which you held that day. You said that this electoral vote, this FIR actually has unmasked the true nature of the ruling party. Now, do you think, will we ever come to know what happened really in the electoral bond case, and will there be a stringent action against the finance minister? Where does the buck stop here? Does it not stop at the top, which is the Prime Minister's table?
Since the matter is sub judice, let me just give you the context and the facts. I don't want to opine on the merits or the outcome. The first point to remember is that this is by a complainant or an applicant who has nothing to do with the Congress party. Admittedly, he is unconnected, admittedly, with the Congress party. Number two, it is not just a walk-in complaint by someone and registers a complaint at the police station. The court applied its mind and said, look, please register an FIR, give a direction to register an FIR, and that is how it was registered. Number three, the electoral bonds issue on the merits is very simple. There are cases, and they've come in the public domain. We know the names, they've been published by our newspapers, of 2 or 3 simple models. Model number one, you buy electoral bonds of gigantic amounts in value, and within a few days, few weeks, few months, you have gigantic government contracts. So the quid pro quo is established clear. Chanda do, contract lo. This is another form of the most crudest form of bribery, except that it is intended to be opaque through the purchase of an electoral bond. The second model, or the second kind of category is everything is hunky-dory. You are doing your own work, no interference. The ED knocks at your door. Let me for a minute assume that the ED knocks at your door unconnected in the normal course. You are harassed, you are scared, you are called. In some cases, you are arrested. Every time you seek bail on legitimate legal grounds, you don't get it. Well, suddenly your son and your wife have a bright idea. Let's go and buy electoral bonds. You go and buy again a gigantic amount of electoral bonds, and you see the difference in the order sheets. Bail is not opposed, less opposed. You are granted bail, you are released, you are allowed to be, not called. And ultimately, the case goes into what is called Thanda Basta. Third category could be that you are actively associated with funding the BJP party through electoral bonds, but through dubious means. You as Neelu Vyas has a paid-up capital or as a kitty of 100 rupees, but you are giving electoral bond donations to Abhishek Singhvi of 1,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees. This great love for Abhishek Singhvi when your total net worth is 100 rupees. Will you ever pay 10,000 rupees? So there are all these kind of models which are there, and they've come in the public domain. Now, the persons who filed the complaint have, of course, made a specific allegation that this is harassment, this is blackmail, this is extortion, this is intimidation, this is extraction. And that is why it's a criminal offense. It is not voluntary. It is not out of great love and affection. It is all by pressure tactics, intimidation, and harassment. And that's the heart of the charge. Now, at the moment, there is an interim stay. There is no final order by anybody. It was the start and the commencement of the whole issue. And as and when it goes forward, assuming there is no stay by the High Court, the matter is allowed to go on. Then the next normal steps will be summons. I call you. You have to come. Interrogation, questioning, paper record. And ultimately, if the police finds that there is complicity, there can be arrest. There is no problem. There is nothing above the law. But before that arises a situation, before that, which is nothing to do with arrest and summons and interrogation and law. We are talking here of naitik zimmevari. On moral responsibility, in case the investigation, the summons proceeds, there would be clearly a call, a situation for two things. One, a resignation. After all these agencies in various ways are controlled by the finance minister and the finance ministry. Secondly, for ultimately some kind of independent overall supervision by a Supreme Court monitored body. Thirdly, politically, and I don't put much store, but that's only a political answer. I'm not saying we want it now at all, because sometimes it makes it diffused. A JPC. I'm not asking for it now. And we did not ask for it in the press. So I'm just telling you the options. And also to be remembered is that these are not decisions that we take, which they are well above the pay grade of the finance minister. These are decisions taken by one and two. They are decisions taken at a different level. And therefore, we are now talking really of somebody being a puppet or just an implementer. The real people we all know who they are.
Stay ahead with our cutting-edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.